Hey everybody, it's Mrs. C, and I'm coming to you now with a video on rotations. Now, just a little disclaimer, the rules for rotations I think are very complicated. And so what I'm trying to do is just show you a little bit more of a hands-on way of doing rotations where you don't have to memorize a whole bunch of rules. So if you want the rules of rotations, please feel free to find another video. It won't be mine. Because we're just going to do it old school. When they say rotate, we are actually going to rotate. Now, with my classes in school, I often recommend that they have a piece of paper, that they draw the coordinate plane and actually rotate the paper. I'm going to have to do this a little bit more high tech, which is certainly more difficult than just having a piece of paper. So bear with me. There's going to be a lot of technical difficulties, I assume. So first thing, it says, what is the image of the point 6, negative 2 after a rotation of 90 degrees counterclockwise? So counterclockwise. I want to make sure we are going in the opposite direction of a clock, which would be that way. So 90 degrees is 1/4 turn. And so most of us, I think, get that much. And so what I want to do is I want to put my point down, a point that would be at a 6, negative 2. So I would be 6 to the right and down to somewhere about there. Now what I want to do, because I don't have graph paper to use, I just want to mark that this is my 6 and this is my 2. And you're going to notice I'm not putting negatives or positives, and there's a really good reason for that. I'm going to turn my coordinate plane. When I turn my coordinate plane, my x-axis becomes the y-axis, and the y becomes the x, and the negatives, the positives, and the positives, and the negatives, and that would get very confusing. So I don't put signs. I just make sure I plot my point properly. So let's go over it one more time. My little yellow point is at a positive 6 on the x and a negative 2 on the y. It's in the fourth quadrant, right? Our fourth quadrant. And now I'm going to do the task of rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise. So to do that, I want to actually select this entire box, and let's see if it lets me do it. I am going to rotate it 90 degrees. That's a 1/4 turn, and I'm going to stop right there. Not too bad. A little excess blue from nowhere. Okay, so let's take a look at what happened. When my coordinate plane shifted, my yellow dot, actually my point, wound up in the first quadrant instead of the fourth. And now you can see I'm up at the 6 and I'm to the right over 2. And so what is the ordered pair of my new coordinate? My new coordinate is at 2, 6. Easy breezy. Let's actually take a look at that one more time. I turned it. It went from being at 6, 2 to being at 2, 6. And that would be my final answer. Okay, so let's try a new problem. I've given you a new one. It says, what is the image of the point 1, negative 4 after a rotation of 180? Funny that it says counterclockwise about the origin, because it wouldn't matter if you were counter or clockwise, you'd wind up in the same place when you're 180 degrees. Just saying. I don't know. Did they not think of that? Possibly not. All right. So let's plot our point of 1, negative 4. So 1, negative 4 would be somewhere about there. Again, we are in the fourth quadrant. So a positive 1 on the x and negative 4 on the y. And we are going to be rotating 180 degrees. So what I do like to do is I mark that this was 1 over and this was 4. And so when I turn, I'm going to know which number is which. I think it helps to do that. All right, so let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can... Oh, gosh. All right, sorry. This does get a little bit tricky. All right, I am going to do a 180, and I am going to do counter because it said it. So here's 90. And one more time. Oh, boy, everybody's upside down. All right. There is my 180 degree counterclockwise. Now, it is kind of funny looking at it upside down, but it's totally doable. So my yellow point is now in the second quadrant. It is on the x-axis. It's at 1, but watch out. This is where your signs are very important for you to know. To the left of the origin would be negative 1. So my x value is actually a -1, and my y value is an upside down 4. My y value is a 4. And so there we have it. The actual coordinate after a 180 counter or clockwise turn is -1, 4. Okay, I've given you a new one, but this time I'm just making it up as we go along. Let's say we had a point -3, -8. All right, so -3, -8 would be about there. It's in the third quadrant. And just in case anybody doesn't know, make a C through your coordinate plane, and that shows you quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. That's just in case you have no idea where I'm coming up with all these quadrants, right? So it goes from the upper right all the way in a big C. So this would be the third quadrant. So -3, -8. Remember what I do? I mark this as the 3, this as the 8. I don't put the signs. 270 degrees counterclockwise. No, clockwise. CW. If it was counter, it would have another C in front of it. So clockwise, okay. 270 is 3 turns to the right. And I think we all know, or many of us do, that a 90 degrees counter is the same as 270 clockwise. But we don't need to do that right now and overwhelm everybody, right? So let's just, oh boy, no, that's going to make everybody turn. Hang on a minute, sorry. I'll lasso that whole baby. Okay, there we go. 270 clockwise. Let's do it. So there's 90. Let's do it again. There's 180. Let's do it one more time. And there's 270. And I'm going to stop right there. And I want you to tell me, where is that yellow point? That yellow point is at +8, right? -3. And so after a 270 degree rotation, I wound up at 8, -3. And you would probably notice that that would be in the exact same place if I had just done a 90 in the opposite direction. It would wind up in the same place, a little less work. All right, here's one more, 90 degrees clockwise, and the point is -4, 5. So let's place -4, 5 would be about there, right? Mark, well, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't even be close to that. All right, sorry about that. Let me try one more time of plotting -4, 5 in a better place right there. Oh, it makes more sense. Okay, so this would be my -4, 4 over. This would be 5 over. Again, not putting the negatives because I don't want to confuse once I spin them around. So 90 degrees clockwise. Let's do it. Let me just lasso that there. All right, 90 degrees clockwise. Quarter turn to the right. All right, and where is that point? That point is at 5, 4. Okay, easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. I feel like this is so much better than the rules, honestly. Everybody can always have a little piece of paper off to the side, plot their points, spin that paper around, and then replot. It's just the same as if you have a figure. I keep saying in all my videos, having a point, having a figure, it's just more, figure has more points, but you would just do the same thing and plot all the points, which would be the vertices of the figure. So again, it's really not the hard part. The hard part is getting down the process. Then the application of it is really not that big of a deal. So now it comes down to a little bit of practice on rotations, and I think you got this. And when you get it, I'll see you on the flip side.